Hello. Local Hearts of Iron player and wanted war criminal here. I've decided to take a break from killing people in the millions and instead killing them in the dozens. Today we'll be playing Sims 4 with the ultimate goal of becoming a millionaire by any means possible. Introducing our protagonist Sam Cox, who has no relation to a certain Keanu Reeves.
You're breathtaking!
Loading in, we have a decision between 3 different neighborhoods to live in. Personally, the only acceptable choice of where to live is Willow Creek. If you happen to disagree, that's fine, but I will be forced to introduce you to my wood chipper. Loading in, it does not matter which house we pick, for we will not be staying very long there. For sake of argument, we will pick this one. Getting into the actual game, we need to be aware of our Sim's needs because sadly, he requires certain things or he will spontaneously combust. Specifically, Sam over here requires 6 things, those being hunger, energy, bladder, hygiene, social, and fun. I will make sure taking care of these needs are my top priority. Now that we got the basics down, it's time to start making some money. You could just get a job like a basic bitch, or you could steal it. Using this lovely computer, we're gonna hack into some government-sponsored programs and steal all of their shit. Oh shit, it's the feds. Run! Clearly I'm joking, but these neighbors do provide us with a good opportunity. Speaking to these neighbors, we are able to prank them to improve our mischief skill level. Doing this as a kleptomaniac allows us also to aggressively steal more valuable items, which means more money for us. I also, during this time, managed to convince one of the girls to go streaking. Why did I do this? It's called audience retention, as 100% of my viewership is male. After introducing myself to my lovely neighbors, it was time to visit the wealthy aristocrats of this neighborhood. Walking up and knocking on the door, the fools! They let me right in. Now all that was left to be done was to find something small and nab it. And ladies and gentlemen, that is how I ended up with a light fixture up my rectum. Thankfully, the doctors at the ER remained professional as they treated me for my injuries. That slightly embarrassing tidbit aside, it was time to get to work, which means it's montage time. After acquiring many items using my 5-finger discount and even doing a reverse Indiana Jones by stealing from a museum.
That belongs in a museum!
That's why you're broke and I'm not. Now, don't mind me as I swim in this comically large amount of money. Getting back on track, it's time to sell our newly acquired items. Selling all of this shit puts our bank account at a blistering 11,000. Well, shit. While not a bad amount of money, we certainly were going to need more for our goals of becoming a millionaire. So, drawing on my Texas roots, there is only one thing that can be done.
What do we love? He's like, slavery!
Now, before you come at me with pitchforks, we're not restarting the slave trade. Besides, that's what they call in the business turbo illegal. But what we do have is plenty of neighbors. Similar to the way that a HOA president forces you to do a bunch of random shit for no logical reason, I will be forcing my neighbors to make me money. For some reason, Sam woke up today feeling flirty. I can't begin to understand why, but maybe the idea of owning people makes him horny. With Sam's sexual deviance out of the way, it was time to look towards where we're going to get our first workers. Now, normally I would go to Home Depot for my cheap labor, but due to someone, I can't do that anymore. Meaning now it's time to reunite with my lovely neighbors. Finding one of my lovely neighbors that I'm going to be living with now, and not being able to find the fucking button, I asked to join houses. And those poor suckers, they agreed. Now all that's left to do is to move myself into their home and sell all of my extra items in the old home. We won't be needing them. Now we are living among them. They truly have no idea what they have invited into their own home. But you might be asking yourself, how are we going to squeeze as much money out of these independent contractors as we can? Well, I'm glad you asked. Introducing my 24/7 work capsule, providing top-of-the-line amenities such as sleeping arrangements, workstations of tech and art varieties, a whole kitchen ripped out of a college dorm, and hell, I even gave them a bathroom. I also made a holding cell for those who don't meet quota. Now all that was left to do was to order my new workers into their fancy new capsule, and there they go. Nice in their new home. Now it was time for them to get to work. As of currently, we have 2 hackers and 1 painter, but this can always change as we acquire more workers. Oh yeah, and Sam managed to start a fire trying to cook some grilled cheese. Great job, Sam! With my employees working diligently and Sam continuing his acquisition exploits, everything seemed to be going well. That is until Uncle Sam came a-knocking. Specifically in the form of over $2,000 bill from the IRS.
I'm here for money. Money.
Apparently, the government doesn't care if you're committing multiple crimes against humanity, just as long as they're getting their cut of the profits. Honestly, I can respect that level of greed. With Uncle Sam starting to cut into the profit margins, it meant that I needed to work my workers twice as hard. After multiple weeks of severe OSHA violations, I've come to the conclusion this is taking way too damn long. I'm gonna start getting social security checks at this rate before I finish this video. So clearly, we need to change things up. I see 2 options. Option 1. More slaves. The if it ain't broke, don't fix it approach, which, while funny, is not particularly effective. Option 2. Grand larceny. As of now, we've been making buys, stealing objects from other Sims houses worth between $100 to maybe $1,000 if we're lucky, but this is quite slow and ineffective. So instead, I'm gonna have to embrace my inner gold digger and just steal the entire house. Being friends in Sims 4 gives you the opportunity to join households, as long as the new household doesn't break the household limit of 8 people. Then after we've joined houses, all we have to do is go to our handy dandy phone, form a new house, and kick them out of the current one.
One more thing.
Yes, Dad?
Now, there is a slight problem with this, specifically about the household limit. We currently have 4 Sims, and people in this game fuck like rabbits as they produce kids at incredible rates, meaning we won't be able to form new households as most of them will be over the household limit. The solution is simple. We're gonna become a serial killer and murder all the husbands. We're gonna do that using the Man Catcher 9000, where we're gonna hold the unfortunate husbands until they eventually starve to death. Here, they will be forced to listen to Kanye until they eventually die. I think at that point, death is a release. Our first 2 victims are Mr. Lewis and Mr. Landgrab, who both own considerable wealth, or at least did.
Double kill.
I then tried to go and seduce the Grim Reaper. It failed, obviously, because my dating experience is between 0 and fuck all. Anyway, enough of that. On to the next victims. Alright, I don't know what the fuck just happened, but Mr. Lewis, who I killed earlier, wants to come over. What the fuck? Oh my god, he's actually outside. Can I just, tell him to leave? Go away?
Go away, I'm not home.
Yes you are. I heard you.
No, you didn't.
These are our next new subjects. Hello, and goodbye.
Overkill.
Anyway, time to steal our first house. I know your husband just died, but could you please let me live with you? It'd be nice. Thank you. Now we just merge houses, selling all of their possessions along with their house, and now we got $250,000. Anyway, thanks for the money, but I gotta get going and find some other poor suckers, so you figure it out yourself. Hello, Miss Landgrab. You mind selling your home so you can move in with me? Thank you so much. Now, bye-bye. Ah, yes, my final victim. Give me that sweet, sweet, fat stack of cash, please. And with this final click of the button, there we go, millionaire status, let's go. Finally, we were done. We were a millionaire. We only had to commit first-degree murder, grand larceny, petty theft, grand theft, cyber fraud, and tax fraud. Wait, tax fraud? There has to be a mistake. I thought I filed my taxes. Wait. Oh no. Hey, you made it. Hey, welcome to the after party of this video, I guess. Um, I wanted an opportunity to speak a bit more candidly without so much scripting and stuff like that. Obviously, this style of recording is a bit different from what I normally do. It's usually a bit lower quality, but knowing the fact of my recording group is me, myself, and I, so it's a bit difficult at times, but I try to make do with what I have. I wanted to say thanks to two very well-known YouTubers for their inspiration on this, since I want to give credit when I can. That being the walking malpractice lawsuit that is the Grim Cleeper, yes. The other one being the sentient slime ball, Reggie. Now, moving forward with my videos, I'm still going to do Hearts of Iron 4 because I have TISM, and every once in a while I feel the need to play it. But overall, I'll be playing some different stuff every once in a while, but yeah, no, that's all I really wanted to say. Thank you for watching the video, and thank you for making it all the way to the end.